Uncle Claude here. And as you know, the NFL draft actually starts tomorrow, the first round anyway. And if you are a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, my age or older, and even some younger guys, if you're a true Steelers fan, you know that these four men pushed the Steelers over the top to go from, contenders close to going to the Super Bowl. I mean, if you remember, they had the immaculate reception with Franco Harris in 72, but they lost the AFC title game to the Miami Dolphins. In 73, they got beat. And the Steelers were a very good team, but they weren't a great team yet. And in 1974, these four guys in the NFL draft, and they're still the only draft, the Steelers have the only draft where four guys were from that draft class are Hall of Famers. And they added a fifth guy who was a rookie free agent. And he ended up being a Hall of Famer. And his name is Donnie Shell. In fact, when Donnie Shell retired in 87, he was the strong safety leader in interceptions with 51. That is a cool 19 more than Troy Polamalu. And I'm not saying that Troy Polamalu was not a great player. He was. He absolutely was. And he's one of my favorite Pittsburgh Steelers. But it lets you know how underrated Donnie Shell truly was. Now, Lynn Swann was picked in the first round. USC, University of Southern California. He was pick number 21. The second round pick was Jack Lambert, who Mean Joe Green said about him, Jack Lambert's so mean, he probably doesn't even like himself. And he said that as a tribute to Mr. Lambert. He was picked in the second round, Kent State, and he was pick number 46. Now, the Steelers didn't have a third round pick, but they ended up getting a fourth round pick, and you talk about a value pick. Mr. John Stallworth from Alabama A&M was that particular pick, and he was pick number 82. And to round out the Hall of Fame quartet, as far as draft picks are concerned, probably the best pick of them all, arguably, was Mike Webster, picked at 125, fifth round, out of Wisconsin. In fact, he still holds the record for all-time games played by a Pittsburgh Steelers player. And he was basically the linchpin of that offensive line. So you can make a case that Webster was the best pick out of all four of them. Now, me personally, I'm a Lynn Swann guy. If I had to win one football game, and if I needed, today in pro football, you need three receivers. Listen, those two, and I understand a lot of people are going to pick Jerry Rice. A lot of other people will pick Randy Moss. You could pick those guys, and I can't argue that as far as sheer numbers, but you give me those two guys, and you know what? I'll take a Larry Fitzgerald. Those three guys, I guarantee you, I'm fine at wide receiver with those three guys. And when you add these four Hall of Famers, along with the rookie free agent Hall of Famer and Donnie Shell, you have 20 rings between them. And you have arguably the greatest Super Bowl team in history in the 78 Steelers, and arguably the greatest dynasty in the 70s Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's because of the greatest draft class by one team ever assembled. And that is the 1974 Pittsburgh Steelers NFL Draft. Great work by Mr. Dick Haley, and of course, the great Chuck Noll. Thank you so much for joining me here. Uncle Claude signing out. Take care, God bless, and I hope the Steelers, listen, if they have half that draft class this particular season, then maybe we'll finally get that 7th Lombardi. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and God bless. Uncle Claude signing out.